Hello everybody, this is Gary Kayye.
And Joel Rollins.
And we're coming to you live from InfoComm 2017 here in Orlando, where it's hot literally and hot figuratively.
Is it? Wow, that was a great opening, Gary. How do you segue out of that?
It's 100 degrees outside.
It is, and it's so humid that when I walk outside, my hair curls.
I can tell. Okay, so look, we are here at going to be the biggest InfoComm show ever, no question. They've already had pre-registration numbers that are higher than ever before. New technology. We've had more new product press releases than we've ever received before, and everybody seems to be excited about the show floor, although we have to say, the show floor setup is way behind.
Oh, part of that has to be that they've just rebuilt the convention center. We're now in one of the largest convention centers in the world, although we're not in the large side of it yet. So there's still some room for InfoComm to expand.
Yeah.
But it is confusing here. It is unbelievable complex.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but they are still setting up inside. There's going to be some really cool new technology here, and I've already taken a chance to walk around the show floor to see some new things. And so I have some cool things to talk about that I'm excited about, although I don't want to talk about specific products because I want to actually see them in action. So we're going to do a podcast every night. Here at 6 p.m., we're going to do a live rAVe TV video cast. Joel and I are going to be here live every day at 6 p.m. We're going to talk about the things we saw each day on the show floor. So we'll do one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, one on Friday. So this is our pre-show video cast. And so I want to talk more about what we're excited about. Right? So what are you most excited about this year's show?
Oh, this is easy one for me. I mean, there's one thing. It's the presence of virtual reality here at the show. Something I've been pushing on ICIA for 10 years. And finally we're seeing the virtual reality manufacturers become manufacturers who exhibited InfoComm, and we're seeing VR product made by people who have always exhibited InfoComm.
Yeah.
So it's becoming part of our industry.
Yeah, in fact, Samsung is sponsoring the Immersion Pavilion here, which is the first time they've ever had this. And in the Immersion Pavilion, they have VR, AR. They have a bunch of actual applications.
Mixed reality, MR.
Yeah, MR. Yeah, and I know that you that's part of the world you live in now for your integration side of the world.
Yep. And also, though, we're out here in LR, or literal reality.
Yeah,
and we'll be there at 6 o'clock every night.
And we'll be here every night. I'm touching Joel. We're not VR. We're actually here. I'm excited about all the new display technology. That's what I'm looking forward to. Is we've gone to mostly solid state lighting, and the cool thing about solid state lighting for me is the colorimetry getting so much better. I'm excited about that.
And OLED rules.
I mean. Yeah, I mean, Samsung would disagree. They think QLED rules, and of course, you got all the projector manufacturers with laser projection. There's a lot of new stuff going on.
For me, OLED rules because OLED has been and is now the dominant technology in small, high-res displays. Camera viewfinders, virtual reality headsets. I mean, OLED rules there.
And they have some big versions of OLED here at the show floor here in the LG booth. LG is pretty much the only company, I think. Maybe I've heard rumors that Panasonic might have some OLED here as well. So it'll probably be relegated to Panasonic and LG. But Samsung, I am looking forward to seeing their actual commercial grade QLED because that looks good on the consumer side. But I'm especially looking forward to all the laser based projection technologies that span both LCD and DLP.
Lasers have made their way all the way down to tiny little projectors now.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, so if VR is going to be my hot topic here, you can bet if you're looking for me, you're going to find me at the pavilion.
Right.
Right. What's the most exciting thing for you that you can talk about? Because I know there's a bunch of things that we can't talk about till tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you about something that seems like a small thing, but it really fired me up. Is that there's this little small company called HoverCam that has a product called I didn't remember what the name of the product was. They had it's a little podium, right? Or I would say a lectern is actually the right word for it. They have a lectern that has a built-in PC, 4K document camera, all-in-one lectern that you can push around, $2,500, right? Includes the computer. It has wireless 4K transmission or wired 4K, so it has 2 additional inputs and 1 output. It's all on wheels, and all you do is plug it in, and everything comes to it and leaves it wireless. Or, of course, it does have HDMI in and HDMI out. I know that sounds kind of like how excited
in the
$2,500
neighborhood?
$2,500, 4K document camera. A Windows 10 computer included. Oh, and I forgot one thing. It has a 27-inch monitor mounted in the top of it, so it's a piece of glass, and the whole surface is touchscreen. So it includes a 10-touch touchscreen Windows 10 computer built into it.
So you're saying meeting room just had display?
Well, it's a lecture box. So, I mean, like in other words, it's a lectern. So yeah, I mean, if you have a meeting room where the person at the front of the room is leading the meeting, you're absolutely right. They're aiming it at higher education in K through 12. So I think in that market for $2,500, it's going to be a slam dunk. So, I mean, I know that sounds like a small thing, but you know, I wanted to talk. You asked me, and I want to talk about one thing that's kind of cool. But for me, overall, technology-wise, 4K. I'm most excited about 4K and the fact that it is so pervasive. And I'm really curious to see what all the different companies do with AV over IP. I mean, obviously we have a couple of standards out there that are dominating, but we all know it's going to happen. Everything's going across the network.
I'm an AVB believer.
Yeah, and of course, there's going to be some companies here with AVB. We have the SDV,
like Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco. We have the SDVEO Alliance. We have SVDO Alliance, which is part of the Aptovision stuff. Crestron's here with their N2 picks, JPEG-2 compression, AV over IP, which is 1 gig. And then you've got, 20 companies that have adopted, probably 20 companies that have adopted the Aptovision stuff, and the AVB. The big news there, I guess, was Cisco adding AVB to their routers and switches.
Right. I was going to say, because what that does is it means the dominant infrastructure manufacturer will now pass AVB.
Right.
It's going to make it so much easier to integrate AVB product. And you know, Cisco is just really, really good about that, and they're really good about total support of a standard.
Right.
You know, one of the things you worry about with Aptovision are people distorting the standard, right, and changing
Not
it, just
staying with what it was,
just a little bit for their product,
like AKA HD-based-T.
An enhanced standard is no standard at all,
right?
Right. And that's what they all say. We've enhanced the standard.
We've modified the standard.
And I'm like, so what you're saying is you've enhanced it to the point where we'll only work with your products.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen that with HD-based-T, right? I mean, that's destroyed. HD-based-T, everyone uses it, but no one likes it. Like you poll people, and they're like, we hate HD-based-T, but we're using it. And I blame Valens for that. I really do. I mean, they're the ones who created the standard, the quote-unquote standard, as you alluded to, and they're the ones that are basically going to suffer as something else comes along now, in the case of AV over IP, that competes with it, because people are going to jump on the bandwagon because they're not happy with HD-based-T.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting to see how those standards shake out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my support for AVB comes largely from this stuff has to move over the normal network.
Yeah.
And I've been spending my last 10 years establishing separate networks for AV, which is no longer doable.
Has anyone shown you an AVB product that does 4K yet?
Yes.
And is it going to be here at the show?
Theoretically.
All right, we'll see. Well, we'll leave them with that teaser, right? Yeah. So this is Gary Kayye.
And Joel Rollins.
And we're going to be here every night at 6 p.m. We're going to be live. So all you have to do is go to our website, ravepubs.com. We'll point you there, or go to Facebook. We're going to be live on Facebook on our Rave Pubs page. So facebook.com/ravepubs. We're going to be broadcasting live every night. We're going to talk about, for about 30 minutes, everything that we see on the show floor that we think you should pay attention to. And of course, we're here shooting video. We're going to shoot over close to 2,000 videos while we're here over the next 3 days. So we're going to shoot all the products we talk about. So everything we talk about, even this product from HoverCam, is already on our website. Everything we talk about will be on our website, so you can review it as soon as we talk about it.
Like I always say, Rave's the only organization that brings you the whole show. So we'll be here to the bitter end, and Gary and I will be arguing about our favorites, and you can look at all of them at ravepubs.com.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks a lot.
Perfect.